welcome everybody out there in worship leader land. I'm Steve, this is my wife Sean, and we are here with the one and the only Miriam Webster.
Thank you.
So amazing that you're here.
Thank you. Good to be here. Exciting.
For those of you who maybe don't know who she is a legend. You are a legend in our world. From all of your days of being involved in Hillsong.
You are.
We, every year, would get the discs and the books and the DVDs.
The new Hillsong album, whatever it was.
So a little nerdy, a little over the top, maybe because we knew everybody's first and last names. But
Like who wrote all the songs?
But you wrote a song that even this year we were listening at Easter time and we had our whole house in tears. You made me glad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And just such a powerful declaration. And so that was years ago, and you've been doing a lot of things since then. But we wanted you just to maybe tell everybody what you do or your perspective of what you do and how your story of how you got here to what you're doing today.
yeah. Wow. Okay.
Big introduction. Sorry.
Like all of us, obviously worship, is the key, and with songs like Made Me Glad, I remember that came from, I was actually living by myself and on purpose for 6 months and just really gave that time. But I just remember the presence of God, I was at the right place at the right time and it just, flowed out of me. So I feel like that's, as all of us, that's my main bent, just to, get things from heaven and be released myself and, walk in that and, with his help. And then, you obviously want to spread that to other people. You want to see people find freedom that you've had, in him. It brings the greatest joy, and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So would you say you're more of a songwriter bent or more passionate about worship leading, or is it both? And?
Oh man, that's a really interesting question. It's, I mean, you know what it's like when you're songwriting, as a lot of people do here. When you're songwriting, you can't think of anything else when you're on that flow, and you really want to get, the hook of what you want to say out, what has released you, or what, what you've really found, that revelation. And then with song leading or worshiping, singing, when the presence of God is flowing through, when you get to that point, there's nothing like it. But I think it's my personality to get up there and blah blah blah. I'm happy for somebody else to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But you like it when you're in there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's fun in it all, and that kind of thing. But I think I always want to keep the main thing.
Yeah.
It's
So in your days of helping out at Hillsong, what were some of the biggest takeaways that you got, obviously working under Darlene Check and a very influential ministry in your pastors as well, Pastor Houston. So what was it like coming into that department and being involved and seeing the church grow?
Yeah, that was really good for me because I came from a very, a background of really just lingering and waiting, but it really brought that balance of having that structure, and because God can move within that too. We had to be out, for the next congregation to come in, and at first I was like, we've got to be able to flow. But the good thing was Brian, the pastor there, was always, with any of us, if he felt like there was a flow going, he'd come up and we'd, keep going. There's always that freedom there. He has that real, he obviously wanted people to be touched, and we can't touch people, right? It's only the anointing that breaks the yoke.
Absolutely.
So and just they're a church of great leadership. So it taught me a lot of things there. So and Darlene is she's truly a leader and just really loved the team and always wanted, the best for everybody, as did Brian. Just being under leaders that believed in you, and that's very important.
Absolutely.
And so I probably took away, bringing, both of that together, that it is okay to have, a
structure.
plan. Man plans his way, God, but to be open to, you know, if like I said to you, we were talking on the phone, just chatting. And whenever I've kind of, you know, gone, oh man, that could have been so much better, is when we were going a certain way where, you know, you want to respect everybody's rehearsal and practice, and there's such way better musicians behind me playing, you know, things, and I want to respect that. But if ever, I found with me, if ever there was a thing like we need to stay on this, or we need to just keep going, but the presence of God would come and just keep lingering and flowing. But whenever I thought, no, I better come back to here and change it, I'd feel like we'd just have a good service.
Yeah, it's just a service.
Yeah, but whenever I kind of went with that flow, I never regretted it, you know. I might look a bit silly sometimes, but all my friends are used to that, so
it's worth it.
I'd rather be free and you know, and then, you know, you're keeping, you know, that authority, and God trusts us to go, okay, I don't know where to go now, so you know what I mean? Yeah. And then other times when it was like that, if there was that freedom, sometimes I'd go, it depends what environment I'm in, you know what I mean? But say there's 3 of us leading worship or something, sometimes I'd be like, I don't know what to do now, like, if it wasn't, and then somebody like, I'm a friend of Chris McCartney, you know, so next thing he'd come out with this song, and I'm like, oh, God's just given him.
He knows what to do.
I was like, phew, thank you, God, you know. So just kind of staying in the vein of life, I guess, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't know, and then, you know, God is so good. Sometimes I remember Darlene saying to me, sometimes in between songs, she just steps back and goes, she doesn't feel awkward or anything because the Holy Spirit's doing a work even at that time. That always helped me as well.
It's okay to just
not
do anything.
Yeah, exactly, because then he's free to, and there's people can be, you don't know what's happening in that congregation that only God can touch, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So any practical tips of, like, when you get in that moment, how do you first of all know that it's the Lord that's saying do it again or sing this again? And then how are you practicing those transitions or those movements, or are you just going for it and hoping, or?
Yeah, I know that's the good questions we all want to learn. But generally, you know, we've rehearsed, we've gone, let's do this, let's blah blah blah. We've pretty much rehearsed it all, and then like, you know, we're singing something and we'll go, come on, do that again. So that it's hard with a track. I understand that. Like I said to you, like if there's tracks, I'd be like with the co-leader or whoever, they'll go, can you do the track one?
You do the track one, I'll take the flow.
And sometimes I need that help to remember. I'm like, there's so many different songs. I'm like, where do we go now? Was it the bridge? Was it, you know? Darlene is amazing with that. Like, you know, I guess it's just where there's life. Like there'll be something really strong and you'll just sing that again. There'll be a real, you know. And
like there's an umph behind it. There's power behind it.
You just keep going. And then sometimes, you know, after that you stop and you're like, oh, now there's no music. I can feel that presence of God. But he loves us to declare things as well, even when we don't feel it, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I think coming in bold is very important, you know. Breaking that intimidation with boldness, just you almost, you know, in the Old Testament they put on their priestly robes, and so it's like you just step into that boldness. That's because
so good.
And as you step forward, even if you need to physically take a step and just start, because, you know, the Bible says magnify the Lord. So as we magnify him, that's a command no matter how we feel anyway, you know. It's right, and it actually releases us. So he's like, yes, oh, hello, this is who I am. This is, you're great, you're mighty, you're blah, 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 you know. And I think when we step into our authority, no matter how we feel, and speak the word, which brings life and power, it breaks something in the atmosphere, you know. But I think boldness is so important, you know.
Yeah, when you're leading worship.
Yeah.
If you don't feel it, step out anyway.
Right. That's right, because God goes, yes, they're using their authority in me, you know. Right. And sometimes, obviously, that boldness, it doesn't have to be obviously yelling and everything, but that you stand, you know, like in our everyday life. With his help. I know we all, you know, sometimes, but but he's always holding us, you know. So
it's amazing.
It's so good.
So from your time in Hillsongs, is there anything that you would say that, like, you really took away as far as, like, a large organization versus maybe some of the other environments you found yourself in, other churches or just sizes?
I'd say with the obviously when the presence of God comes, there's an intimacy, whether it's great lot of people or a small amount of people, that
That's
surpasses that natural feeling of intimacy when there's a small lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or a great,
Yeah.
you know, he can make anything just, when he comes, everyone's just like, oh, you know.
And it doesn't matter how many
doesn't matter
people
if
are
you're in the
in the room.
way back row and he's
Yeah.
just working on everything, and nobody's, just, he is the center, you know.
Yeah.
And,
That's so good. You almost need to say it again.
oh, really?
That's so good. Sorry.
It is so good.
Encouragement for all the small churches that are out there. Like, it's
Yeah.
the same presence of the Lord. It's the
Oh my
same
gosh.
power that can change us. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a big event.
Yes, yeah. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Some of the greatest times in the presence of God was, there's probably about 50 maybe, and I remember the Spirit of God moving and people were just getting up, whoa, getting up here, and the God just falling on people, and
Yeah.
you know, and there's been times where I've been in a big congregation in the back row, and just like, you know, God is everywhere, you know,
Yeah.
and He just wants our heart to just turn toward Him, you know.
It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
That's wild.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
So tell us a little bit about what you do now and the ministry God's called you to.
Yeah, well, I've I'm having a more of a public wedding soon, so my husband is
Yay!
oh, thank you, is Messianic rabbi.
Oh, well.
So yeah, that's been, you know, he's just had encounters with the Lord. Like, he was brought up more in a Jewish, I guess, maybe conservative or orthodox, you know, but he didn't know the Messiah. They had no incredible revelation.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, being with somebody that knows the word like that, and then, you know, I'm like, is this theologically correct? Is this all right? You know, and it's just, in God's timing is amazing, you know. So yeah, so I've been, you know, with the whole virus thing and everything, we haven't been traveling as much. And
But you're in the States now.
Yes.
When did you
yes.
move to the States?
Probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, a year and a half. I'll have to look at my ticket.
That's wild. Well, welcome to America.
Oh yeah, thank you. I love it here. It's
Has
really
it been
good.
pretty crazy adjustment, or is it?
Yeah, I didn't expect, you know, the virus and all that kind of stuff.
Right,
That's
as
a
no
big
one
change.
did.
Yeah, exactly. So it's in Australia, you know, but I think the enemy's tried to use lots of fear, but the kingdom advances, right?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
It's interesting, like, we all see what God's doing, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He still, you know, does what he needs to do.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Turns it all for good.
Different areas.
Yeah.
and online church exploding, and
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Pretty
Yeah.
wild. Well, good.
So you're helping him. So you're helping your husband.
Yeah. So he's been, you know, I'm doing a bit of writing and things like that God's songs put in my heart for, you know, to record at some stage. And then I've been going to events that he's at, and I'll get up and sing a song, or maybe lead worship, or he'll get some real people that really know Hebrew getting in there and leading some worship. And I'm like, awesome. I can say hallelujah. Speak Hebrew.
I'm good
Same
at
in every
amen
language.
And hallelujah. That's awesome.
Yeah. But it's been very interesting about, you know, learning about, you know, Jewish roots and
wow.
things like that. It's been, it's been really interesting. So so I've been singing at little events that he goes to, or, you know, until we travel a bit more. If we go to Israel, then, you know, I'll sing at different, you know, where, you know, Bethany or whatever events we go to. Sometimes it's a cappella, sometimes we'll, you know, have a guitarist, or I'll have a go. I try and pick songs with 3 chords in them.
That's awesome. So you're
Nobody
a
else
guitar
knows
player as well?
until now. I play piano more, but enough to write.
Yeah.
You know,
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
So is it weird when you're in Israel singing a worship song in a place where like massive events in history occurred? Like, can you feel that in a place?
Oh, it is. It's really good. It's really, there's just something special. Especially, like, for instance, we went to, I think it was called the Gates of Hell, like, which doesn't sound good, but it's not. What it was where people back, you know, 2,000-3,000 years ago used to go and sacrifice and worship all these idols. So you go there and you see these thousands of years old idols up there, and different things where people would being either animal sacrifices, whatever they did, and all different other gods. And so what was amazing was, you know, we all looked around and read history and that, and then what I learnt was that that's where Jesus took the disciples and he said, "Who do you say that I am?" And Peter said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God."
Yeah.
I had no idea. He took Jesus went right there, and amongst all those
the other
idols,
idols.
said,
Wow.
"You are the Christ."
Wow.
You know, so little things like that
It's bringing
you
it
know,
alive.
it just it's like my husband says that it's in it's like HD rather than you know. So
Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, I'm so glad for you know, all the Holy Spirit and you know all that we've learned, and you know, and maybe.
Absolutely.
Not supposed to have learned.
Some areas where we have gotten off here and there. It happens. Well, I think for most people, when they read the Bible, they don't know that it was written to people that would understand the Old Testament.
Right.
And know Jewish things. So many things are flying over your head. And we have some friends that are also Messianic Jews. And when they bring something to life, we're like, oh, well, this means this. And you're like, how did I never know that?
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It really is.
So tell everybody the book that your husband wrote, because we can give you a shameless plug here.
Well, why not, hey?
Yeah.
It's called The Rock, the Road, and the Rabbi.
Awesome.
And tell us a little bit about it.
Well, he wrote it with Kathy Lee Gifford, who I don't know how many Australians, but I know that over here she did the morning show and all that kind of thing.
Most people know who she is.
Yeah, she's pretty famous.
So he wrote. He was kind of the rabbi, obviously. So she, had a real desire to go to Israel and learn about all of that. So they did a book together.
So one of your passions, as you mentioned, is songwriting. Wondered if you could give us some inside tips into how your process works, or what people could do to improve their songwriting.
Yeah, for sure. And then you guys can tell me some of your things. There you go. Oh man, with I think with me it's definitely it like we said before, it's had to be some sort of hook. You obviously have something you want to write about, or sometimes I've sat down and been worshiping and something will flow. Or one time I was I remember that I don't know if you know the song. It's called "I Will Love," and it was years ago on Hillsong.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure I would recognize it.
Right,
Listen to them all.
Yeah. But I remember I was just going for a walk, and I just was going, I just had this tune. I thought, I need to get home so I can remember the tune. And so I got home, started playing it, and this is very rare for me. I normally do, I'll get something and then work on it, and then Jesus, you alone, it just flowed out so easily. And I'm like, what, did I just finish that song? And it's very simple, but I'm like, wow, just kind of had
some of them happen that
lyrics.
way.
Yeah, right. And just kind of, worked on it, made the verses flow in with that. And then, I don't often, thank God, I've woken up with sometimes a tune and the lyrics, and then I've had to work on that, you know. So, and sometimes it'll be like years later where I'll, like there's a song called Draw Near that I've done, since being back at Hillsong. And I'd written the verses in the chorus, and then I was like, I need a bridge, and I thought I'll go through my things from maybe 5 years ago or something, and I was like, oh, da 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 da, I will search for you. And so I got that, and it fitted perfectly. So sometimes it's when and actually that's the part I feel like there's life on it, and I think it's because I'd woken up with that, actually singing those lyrics, and so maybe God put that in my spirit. So it was just a moment that is, that I woke up with Him. So I always feel like, those parts are going to be strong, and not much effort on my part. And
take that piece and then put it with the work of the putting it all together. Right.
I think a lot of songs, we've interviewed a lot of different people, and they've said, it was this from that and this from 10 years ago. And it's amazing, because we all think that, you maybe just sat down and you wrote the whole thing out. Or,
It usually doesn't happen that way.
And it doesn't have to be that hard. It's actually, it's okay for that to flow and be easy. And
then other times you're staring at the blank piece of paper saying,
that's
"Dear
so
Lord,
frustrating.
give me something."
It's so frustrating, because you always feel like you've you want to have done something fruitful, and it's gonna be like, But then there was one called "Angel of the Lord" that actually the Hillsong did do that years ago, but I've kind of made a bit faster and things. But that one was, and I wish they were all like this. Okay, so I just got home from work. I was doing temping work, office work, which I'm so not good at, but there's lots of funny stories. That'd make a whole nother interview. Yeah. I'm sure we all have those things.
Yeah.
I remember getting home one day. Nobody was at home. I had all these roommates and everything, and the presence of God was just there waiting for me. Now, the manifest. I wish it was, I'm getting all my spiritual moments here. But, just walked in there and just felt, just out of here came, surely the presence of the Lord, the presence of the angel of the Lord is around you. And I started going, surely the presence of, and my mind went to go, I think that God wants me to sing that song or something. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Remember that one?
Yeah.
But surely the presence of the angel of the Lord is around you. And it was just, the glory of God was just there.
Wow.
And, it was so strong within me that I remember over the next few days saying, Lord, why do you even have to tell me that? That's a little bit like, because I know he meant, physically and emotionally and, know. And then I read, I'm like, why surely the presence of the angel, or why not just surely the angel of the Lord is around you, which I ended up writing. But then I read in Isaiah, which I hadn't read before, it said, the angel of his presence saved them in their affliction.
Oh, wow.
And I thought that's for the body, that's for all of us, and so over the next few years, there was challenge I go through, and I remember it was like an anchor to get me through, because I know when we do speak that the angel of the Lord is around us, we're doing spiritual warfare. Because he's watching over his word to perform it, so often that'd be a declaration, surely the present, or surely the angel of the Lord is around me, when he says surely, he really
he wants you to be sure too.
Yeah, exactly. and it's up, because sometimes your mind goes, well, there's been some people are called to be martyrs, I don't know, or some people, you don't understand some things, but our job is to declare it. And I've seen his protection, and so he's always the protector, and he's always the healer, no matter what. So
wow.
yeah.
So do you typically find that you like to co-write at all, or are you write by yourself kind of person?
I probably mostly write by myself. But then when you're with other co-writers and there's that flow, it's really fun. But I want to get into that more. I've done quite a bit of it. Darlene and I've written a few co-writes and a few different people over the years. But I've done it quite a bit, but I want to do it more.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, it's split. Some people are like, no, I can't stand it. Other people are like, I don't write a song without it. So it's each his own.
Yes. Yeah.
For
okay.
real.
That's right. Just any other advice you would give to worship leaders? Just
I just thought, when you said that, I always remember Joyce Meyer saying, you're more anointed when you're yourself.
That's a good word.
Yeah. So I think that's in everyday life. Just be yourself.
True.
And because we have authority even when we don't feel like it.
It's true.
Yeah. And I guess we're learning to exercise that more and more. And as soon as we were born again, the believer's authority, we were seated.
Yeah.
And it's just reminding ourselves and, being renewed and knowing that God's put you there and he wants to touch you and touch everybody, and not to make it too complicated and just almost just
just be you.
Yeah.
More
Do you
anointed.
think? Yeah. It was really embarrassing. We had a Hillsong conference and we had Jensen Franklin speaking, and I think Darlene had just led. I was kind of standing next to her, and I really enjoyed his preaching, so I was there. He was there. I just remember him at the pulpit, just from behind, like he was just going, "Oh, I love the word," however he says it, and I'm just there standing, going, "Oh, I can't wait for this," And then I look down the front row, I hear this laughing, and there's all these people like this laughing their heads off, and my friend, I think it was Nigel, was going, "Miriam, come off the stage." So it was just me and Jensen in front of a massive conference, just standing there. I was just behind him. So
You were just standing.
I was just standing there, I was just standing there like this.
Everyone else had left.
Everyone. And then there was 20,000 people out there just going, what is that girl doing? They probably thought I was going to say something, I don't know, so yeah.